my daughter Farah was setting me up for like weeks before her, where I had the space to be with her in her rebirth, or rewiring. And I was working with my own sense of urgency that was in my birth. And I just didn't have the space to be with her in these moments. She would set me up during our day. Like we are unschoolers, so we're always together. And so she would set me up in these moments randomly where she's just like, would put on a dress and she'd want me to fix the dress. She'd want me to, the dress needs to be longer. I'm like, I like can't make it longer. And it would go on and on. It needs to be longer. It needs to be longer. And in my body, it was just like, oh my God, like this is taking so much time. And which was my own stuff. And it was also present in her birth. And I just like, I wasn't there yet. And so I had my own experience of a rebirthing of for me. And then when she showed up in this space, when it happened, we were getting ready to go for a hike and everyone was in the car and she was inside and she was so upset because her pants weren't a specific length and they were just like she was really stuck on like her pants need to be a specific length, her shoe wasn't buckling the right way, her sleeves weren't where she needed to meet, and she was asking me to do like to make her pants longer and to make her shirt shorter and like all these things that I couldn't do. um but then when you guys spoke about that moment where it's deeper, there's something different. And it was like how it felt was like the calm before a storm, but there was no storm. It was just like everything just went still and it was just like boom, boom, and everything quieted around you. And you went into this whole other realm, similar to birth, when you just full on go into the surrender of it.
Mm.
And it was this inner knowing was just like, whoa, this is deeper than this. And I just stayed with her and I reflected her. And because we had gone outside and she was over and over, I was like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I want to go back inside. I'm not ready. And just, it didn't, it didn't match what was going on fully. Um, and so that was like a big indicator too. And she's like, I'm not ready. I want to go back inside. I'm not ready. And I was like, okay, you're not ready. You want to go back inside. And so I brought her back inside and I sat on the couch and I was like, you get to decide when you're ready and I'm going to be there with you and we'll go out together. And so I sat with her and she's like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And I just reflected it and I sat with her and she just sat on my lap. And then she's like, okay, like I'm ready to go outside. And I was like, okay. And so we went outside and I was going to get her in the car. And then she had another kind of meltdown about being in the car. She had some big feelings like, I'm not ready to go in the car seat. I'm not ready. I can't do it. Like I like it just total stuck. And I was like, okay. And I did it similarly. And by then, the world was still so silent. And it was just like, all right, yeah, you're not ready. And that's okay. You don't need to be ready. Let me know when you're ready. And she got there and she went in and then we went on this hike and it was like 180. I used to call her the passenger princess because she didn't want to go hike. She wanted to be carried. There was a lot, I can't do it. I can't do this. I can't do that. I don't like, it was all me. I had to hold her. I had to do all these things for her and I couldn't do it. She can't. And then we go out to this hike and she's like, no, I got it. I can do this. I can do this. And was just like climbing over rocks, like hopping across the river. And I was like, what is that? Like, whoa, like just totally reowned herself in her presence in the world. And this happened a few weeks ago. And now she has like a closer relationship with her dad. Like she was only me. It was only me to do everything. It was like down to the point where like dad couldn't go get her a tissue. I had to. And now it's like she has a better relationship with him and she is like so independent, wants to do everything herself and pick out her own things. And it's just like opened up a whole new layer for her. And it has been like, it just gave me goosebumps. Like it was just so epic to be with her in that space and to know that that was happening for her and that all I had to do was reflect her and create like an inner sense of safety. And
Mm.
she just went, and yeah, just like the complete 180, like the fact that it didn't happen in play, it just happened in our day.
Yeah.
And that was just it was just next level. It was a really cool experience. And then just to see how she has decided to show up on her own. And I guess to reflect on our birth, like I'd wanted a free birth with her, and I knew like I just knew that's what I wanted. But I had my own conditioning and fears that like wasn't letting that happen. And so we just were gonna have a home birth with a midwife coming to our house. And so my birth was fine. All the kids were around my other two, and all of a sudden I wasn't ready because all of a sudden I just had to push. I was like, oh my, where did that come from? The birth pool has no water in it yet. Nothing's ready. I'm not ready. And so like the birth pool's getting filled up. I'm hopping in it because she's coming. And we're on the phone with a midwife, my partner is, and he's like, she has to push, like she's having that sensation. And my midwife got lost. And so she's lost, and her baby is in the back screaming on speakerphone. And so like the energy of that, and then my daughter was coming, and I could feel that she was stuck. And I was like, she's stuck. Like she's stuck. I'm none of like I can feel myself pushing, and she's not coming. She's stuck. And my midwife was like kind of panicking, and she's like, she's not stuck. You're doing great. And I could feel that energy. And I was like, no, but like I had birthed my other two naturally. And so I kind of knew I needed to move my hips. And so I did. And she came out, but she came out with her arm above her head, and all was well. And she landed on me, and we were there for a while before the midwife showed up. And then they checked everything over. I ended up having a 4th-degree tear, and I had to go to the hospital with her. So she was just a couple hours old when I had to bundle her up, throw her into a car, drive 40 minutes to the hospital. She had to stay with my partner while I was in the operating room. And um, it just her rewiring was the exact same. It was like, I'm not ready to come out. I want to stay inside. And that stuckness she had been feeling about everything was exactly that same feeling she must have had coming out. And then down to not wanting to get in the car seat, because she had to get in the car seat when she was just a few hours old. And then even after that, I was thinking about it on the drive over. I dropped my kids off to be watched by their Nana. And I was thinking about the experience, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, even down to she hated the car seat, like loathed it. I've never met a baby that refused the car seat so much. Like we had to take back ways to go places because I had to hold her in the back seat because she would not go in the car seat. And that I feel like is so related to that exact feeling of having to go into it so young. But yeah, it mirrored it. So like night, like that's the same. And yeah, it was epic. It was epic for me to get to reclaim it too. It was like that. I gotta tune out the noise, and I gotta be with her, what she was saying. And she told me she was stuck. She wasn't ready, and she was stuck. And I knew it in my body when I was birthing her.
That's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. I totally get it. And I got to experience it too. I got to be like, all right, I get to listen to myself. I listen to my prompts right here. And I rewired that experience for myself simultaneously while doing it for her. And it is like, yeah, been a night and day difference for her and how she has shown up in the world since then. And for like myself too. Yeah, it was really beautiful.
You know,
This-
Cassandra, you go, Emma.
I was just gonna say it's so epic, and it's so profound how it can be in these what would be mundane experiences where often as parents we do have so much responsibility. We want to be places on time where we're used to the fight, so we're just like, suck it up, get in the chair, we got to go somewhere, and all of us do it. Like, even if as conscious as parents as we are, we all have these patterns where we just want to get stuff done, and we can overlook what is actually pushing up to be expressed and to be seen. And it is such a profound thing that it can be in these such mundane, simple moments, where our human mind thinks this is just getting in the car. It's got nothing to do with her birth pattern. It's got nothing to do with her beliefs about herself. She's just being difficult, and I'm just late. and I need you to get there. And it's just so profound, but you can't force those moments. You know, they really have to happen in this very authentic way where the awareness drops in and you're a bit more open, you're a bit more available for that moment, you know, to be there.
And the child leads as well. Like I've heard of that in every single story. Like it's the child that initiates the moment. It's the parent that recognizes, oh, this is special this particular time. And who knows, like there's probably some very complex readiness melting pot that's happened for that moment to arise, but you know it when it's there. Did you guys know that one of the rebirthing kind of what mothers of rebirthing, Sandra Ray, she literally says every time you leave the house, you will see your birth pattern.
Yeah.
It's one of the triggers, like any transition, any from here to there, any like creative projects, any of these things. So it is so funny how much the transition point is showing up in this conversation. It's so real, and it's so true that it's also the moment when we couldn't be less available as parents. When we're trying to get out of the house, it's like, wow. Cassandra, I'm really curious, like we haven't so much touched on this yet, but when you were saying I can't was one of the things that, you know, her behavior before this rewire moment, like you could, that was her like inner I am statement. And I'm so curious, you know, we talk sometimes about the way that our sense of self is developed in these critical moments, and she had an I can't. And what would you guess, like maybe she's stepped into now, because it just sounded so tangible.
Yeah. So I feel like, yeah, a lot of her, she set me up with I can't, like I can't, like stuckness. And
Yeah, I'm stuck.
yeah, it's just complete, I'm stuck. I can't do it. I can't do this. It's just like I'm not enough. I am not capable. I can't do it. Like just so simple. And then now I feel like it's just this profound difference of I am capable. I am enough. I am strong enough. I am like she's been she told her brothers the other day. It's just like, oh, I can do hard things. I'm strong. I'm yeah. She's like, oh, okay. And yeah, just like moments of like, yeah, I can do hard things. I'm strong. I can do this. And whereas before I can't do it with something so simple as like jumping over a curb when we're walking. I can't do it. And it was just like, okay, we have to pick up and do it. It was like, yeah, this feeling of, yeah, I'm not capable. I can't do it. I'm stuck, just full stuck. And now it's just like, yeah, I am strong. I am capable. I can do it. I want to do it. And yeah.
And most of us take the I can't, I'm not enough, all the way right through to, you know, it's like the foundation of everything in our whole life by the time, you know, we're in our 40s, we start realizing or something, you know?
Oh yeah.
Um,
Cause like what that I'm even working with it with myself is right now is just like I'm not enough is my own, and it's showing up so strong in my own patterns that I've carried through. And so to see her shift that by herself at 2.5, almost 3, has just been like it gives me that sense of like, oh my gosh, like now she doesn't have to go through that self-doubt that I've been doing my whole life. And you know, just it was something as easy as just being there for her and having that internal space and to be with it, you
what
know,
does
and
that say, Cassandra, about you and who you are as a mum for her?
that I'm enough, you know, like that. I feel like, yeah, my own birth pattern of I'm not enough, like even though I feel it, I can see it, and I can see where it's been, it's not my truth anymore. And I feel that so strongly by how I'm showing up for my kids, for how I'm showing up in the world. And yeah, it's not charged. Like, even though I know it, I can see it for myself. Like, it's removed. It's like I unplugged it from the outlet.
Mm.
And I that exact moment where I was enough for her for that moment helped like totally throw me into my own pattern of that. And yeah, just a total ripple effect all around.
Epic.